Hello and welcome to Living the Dream.
We are so excited to welcome the first ever guest to Living the Dream today. She is a YouTuber and content creator, as well as a soon-to-be published author.
Facts.
Her YouTube channel focuses on deep dives of American teen dramas like One Tree Hill, Riverdale, sitcoms like Friends, and other shows such as Desperate Housewives, and her love for horror. Her first video was published on the 1st of April in 2019, which was a recap of the first 2 episodes of Pretty Little Lies: Perfectionists. And to say it became the precedent for her channel is an understatement.
Facts.
Almost 7 years later, her channel has amassed over 20,000 subscribers and over 2,500,000 views across all her videos.
Insane.
With 5 videos reaching over 100,000 views. She's our friend, Lauren Daisy.
Hello, how's it going?
Good.
Thank you for being here.
So excited.
So
oh my
excited
god,
to
the
have
prestige
you.
of being the first guest.
Yeah.
Well, you're
I'm gassed.
prestigious. Did you not hear the facts?
I literally was like, wow, you went deep. You like
Deep
looked
dive,
at the
the
dates
maths.
and everything.
You
Yeah.
did
yeah.
How does it feel hearing those numbers?
It's really wild. You know, I was at Nickelback, shout out, love, with Miranda, and it was in the O2, and she said to me, she was like, the capacity of the O2 is like 20,000 people, like 19,000 people, and I was like, yeah. She's like, so that means that this is what all your subscribers look like when you're stood in the O2 and it's full.
Insane.
And I was like, no, that's actually scary. I actually don't like that.
That is crazy. Yeah. Is that something you're like always thinking about? Is when you're making videos like, oh, I have 20,000 people
You have the OT
who might
watching
watch
you.
this?
Yeah, no, not really. Because it's more just on each video. Because I know like some people want the Pretty Little Lies videos, some people like just want the Desperate Housewives ones or whatever, and then some people watch all of them. So I'm kind of more like, oh, this many people watched this video and like commented and all that. So I kind of forget the like running total that kind of is in the background.
I suppose sometimes the amount of views you get on a video isn't reflective of who follows you and how many people follow you as well.
It's usually about, I think the average is 10%, like across all YouTube channels. So if you have like 1 million, then it's like 100,000 or whatever, like your average views. So I'm doing pretty well because I think I'm like 20 and like average is, usually around like 1 to 3 on like the lower end. So
crazy. Do you know your highest viewed video?
yeah. Of course I do. She's Pretty Little Liars. She's I answered all of the plot holes in Pretty Little Lies. I can't remember the exact title, but that I think is over 200,000, which is so insane. Like, that is crazy to me because those kind of numbers to me feel like real YouTube numbers. I guess. Like I'm like, these are the people that I'm used to watching. Those are kind of the views that they get on their channels. So it's so wild to me that I'm like, some of the YouTubers I watch, I have a video that has more views than one of their videos. Yeah. Like, that is weird to me.
Is that a video that, like, even a long time after it's been published, you're still getting views and new views?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Like, that is still, I would say that one and then the one below that, who had it the worst in Pretty Little Liars, something like that. Those are still always in my, like, top 10 of the month. Like, those always keep ticking over and getting more views. And that was the first one that ever hit 100,000, which was so funny because when I hadn't scripted it really or planned to film it, and I was like, I'm just going to sit down and do this one because it's a little bit of a shorter one. You know, I just kind of fancy doing this one, but I don't think it's going to do that well. And then it did really well. Yeah. And then ones where I'm like, I think I ate with this. And then it's like slow views. I'm like, oh. Yeah.
So do you, like, are there videos you know, oh, I will get a lot of views on this, or it'll be more successful than others? Or...
No, not really. I never really know. It's like interesting what people are going to click on or are going to be interested in watching. Yeah. It's kind of hard to predict. I'm like, I kind of know that Pretty Little Liars ones across the board will do better than like Desperate Housewives or things like that. So I'm kind of like, this is probably, you know, guaranteed to be higher towards more like the 10K kind of mark. But then like one of my Desperate Housewives ones is I think at like 60K or something, and I was like, that's crazy because those don't usually do that well.
Okay.
So yeah, I don't know, it's
You're
such a
doing
weird
something right.
one.
Why do you think that is, that Pretty Little Liars always does the best? Do you think it's that it's your love for it is coming through? Is it your favourite?
I think it's my favourite to talk about, which is funny because I would probably say that like my favourite show is maybe like Friends, like just as in
Cult classic.
exactly, like if you said to me you can only watch one show for the rest of your life, like that would be it. So, but yeah, then Pretty Little Lies is like second, but I think it's just it has such a big following still. But then it's funny because like Friends is obviously such an iconic show, such a classic, but those never do well.
Okay.
So yeah, it's like you almost have to have a specific niche of fan of that show as well that is going to be interested in that kind of content. And maybe, you know, things like Desperate Housewives, even though, you know, I don't think like Desperate Housewives is pulling in like 30 million views like an episode sometimes. Yeah. But that's not maybe necessarily the kind of audience that will watch YouTube videos about it. Yeah. So then, I don't know, there's like something about Pretty Little Lies that's just full on lightning in a bottle. Because like something like Gossip Girl is still very much in the kind of cultural, you know, conversation when it comes to teen dramas and the shows people watch and the shows people love. Mm-hmm. But even so, like those ones don't do as well as the Pretty Little Liars ones. It's like a very specific audience, and I'm like, I love that.
Watching the deep dives.
Yeah, and I think it's great because it's also there's so much to talk about with it still, and I still love talking about it. Like Matt will be like, how do you sit and still talk about this show? Yeah. And I'm like, I don't know, but I still love it, and I have so many ideas to still talk about it. I think because it has the mystery, it has all these different characters, it ran for so long. There's just so many different elements. Yeah, exactly. Lots, and people they just eat it up. I love it.
Because you have some of the best deep dives. I mean, you are the queen of it. You can go on now her Patreon and you can watch videos with Lauren and you'll see how much knowledge she has. It's insane. But when did you realise, oh, this is like, I have more obsession than everyone else? Was there a moment when you're like, oh no, I know more than everyone else about PLL? This is
more
my
to
thing.
say about it than
more
everyone
to
else.
say. Yeah, I don't know. I think when because I'd seen I don't know if you know about it, but there's a channel called Mike's Mike, and he Love. Yeah. And he's such an icon, and so he did a Pretty Little Liars series which ended up getting like millions of views. Like he like went and just basically explained the whole series, and I was kind of like, there's a market for this, which I just wasn't sure if that was something that people would even be interested in, you know, watching or like talking about, because it hadn't been airing at that point for like, I don't know, maybe a good 5 years or so. So then to see people so engaged in that and like, oh, I wish people made more videos about Pretty Little Lies. It's like, I also wish that. So I'm just going to do it because this is the kind of content I would want to watch and that I wish was out there. But it's more, specific plot lines, specific things, and the kind of stuff that I just hadn't seen people talk about. Like, people had done the recaps of the series or their thoughts on the series, like unpopular opinions kind of things. But I was like, I'm gonna go into it like hardcore.
Yeah. And
you ain't seen nothing yet.
It's like, you think you know the show? No, you don't. Like, you're gonna learn. You're gonna learn new stuff. Yeah.
I love the one you do the brands, all the brands that's been in.
Oh, that was such a fun one. I really loved that.
The niche of that though is crazy.
Yeah, and that was one that I was like, is anyone going to care about this? Or I did one that was like going through all of their houses and all of their rooms and like, and the kitchens and the gardens and thinking like, oh, what does this mean for this family? And what does this say about them? And what does their room say about them? And I was like, is anyone else find this interesting or is that just me? But then that one ended up doing really well as well. Yeah. Or I did one that was like, is Aria Montgomery actually a vegetarian? And I went through all the points in the show where they'd given her like food at lunch, or she was eating something, or she was talking about something, and like, did they keep that consistent throughout the whole show? And again, I was like, this is ridiculous. Like, only I am going to find this interesting. But then people still do. Yeah. Like, it's just like you're like chatting with your friends about the show. Those are the kind of things you would talk about.
Yeah.
When you're making those videos, do you go through yourself every episode and find those things, or do you use other sources or other things people have said and made?
I do most of it. I think there's one of my favourite ones is the Pretty Little Liars wiki page, like the fandom wiki page, and which has been around since the show's been around, basically. And that is really great because it has like every text and, you know, a synopsis for every episode and the songs that are in all the episodes. Like, that is a really great source for that kind of stuff. So I do love that one. And that was so crazy because then one of the girls that writes and like updates the website, she actually reached out to me and then asked me if she could put one of my videos on the site. And I was like, this is the most insane thing that's ever happened to me, actually. Like, this is nuts. Yeah. So that one's really great for things like that. But yeah, a lot of them, like with that one, it was just going to the end of the episode of every single one and looking at the credits and then just being like, you know, endorsement by, you know, whoever. And then just writing down every time I saw one. A lot of things I just remember from having seen it so many times. So I'll be like, I know this is this episode, or if it's this outfit, I know it's like, or how they look, I can kind of tell which season it is. So then I'll just kind of go through and from memory, or if I'm like, I don't really remember how that scene went, I just kind of go and like rewatch it or like skip through the episodes. So it's kind of, a bit of a mix of what I can remember and then also going through and rewatching, and then also sometimes just like Reddit will say, oh, do you remember this scene? And they'll be like, yeah, it's this moment, like if I can't remember which one it is, or what was, you know, what PR did they do, like which conventions did they attend, like all that kind of stuff. There's like a good website that you can just click on a actor and it'll show you every con they've ever attended, like kind of like just weird niche things like that you're just like, who's doing this?
Every piece of information you could ever need. Yeah.
So I feel like it's a mix of both, and then I can also then go back and like use my own videos or like the like manuscript for my book. Like sometimes I'll be like, oh, what was that? And then I just scroll down to it and just like read like what I wrote about it. Yeah. So it's a lot of years of dedication to the subject.
I'm so intrigued though, because my dad often says to me, like when I talk about how I write comedy or like come to my things, he's like, you really take the joy out of it. Like he imagines it just like someone says something funny, they're like, oh, let me write that down, I'll say that on stage. But it's not. It's like you sit there and you look at the wording and you're like, I could word that shorter, I could be better. And he's like, does that not ruin it for you? And it doesn't for me, but does all this research, does it ever ruin the show for you? Do you know what I mean?
I feel like weirdly not Pretty Little Liars. I don't know what it is.
You could research the hell out of that.
Exactly. It is just magic. I just love it. I think because it's fun and it is a bit campy, and it's also like there's some serious stuff, but it's not too serious. Like you can watch it as a comfort show in that kind of way. But when I did my Ultimate Gossip Girl series, which is kind of the one that really like boosted my channel, that's the one that got me like monetized and everything, I rewatched them all and like took notes on them all, because that was kind of a Mike style of video, because he'd done the Pretty Little Lies one, so I was like, I could do that for Gossip Girl, and had the whole wall and the string and everything. And that's like, I think if you put all three videos together, it's like 20 hours. Like it was intense, and the script for it is like 90,000 words. Wow. And I honestly, I started working on it in like the pandemic time, and then actually ended up posting it, I think it was like 2022 maybe, or something like that. And since then I have not watched an episode of Gossip Girl. Wow. And it's just like, I just love it so much. But I was like, I just saw too much of it. Like
everything about it now.
Yeah. So I'm like, there'll be a time where I'll like come back to it. But yeah, Pretty Little Lies doesn't get like that, and Friends as well isn't really like that. But like at the moment I'm watching Dexter, obsessed, love. But it's so funny because I'm watching it with Matt, my fiance, and because I'm just gonna talk to you about it, and they'll be like, who the hell's that? And so we're watching it together, which we don't really do. We watch like a lot of YouTube together, but you know, we kind of. Like, bless him, he watched all of Pretty Little Lies, all of Gossip Girl, all of Desperate Housewives.
Wow.
Because I was like,
that's why he's engaged.
Yeah. I was like, you need to lock in. Yeah. But he was obsessed. Like, he would be like, we're watching Pretty Little Lies, like, we've got to watch Desperate Housewives. Like, I need to know what happens in Desperate Housewives. To the point that when his friend Luke came over to the flat, I was like editing, and he was like, we should watch Gossip Girl.
Oh my God.
I was like, yeah, love.
I love that.
But yeah, so we were like watching Dexter together, and he'll be like, oh, like, should we watch Dexter? And I'm like, no. Like, even though I love it so much, I'm making notes about it because I want to make videos about it. So, and because it's the first time I'm watching it, like each time I'll just have, you know, the episode title, and I'll just be like, he did this and he went there and he spoke to Deb and this is what's happening here and this was a funny line. Like, I write down, you know, like quotes that I like and things that I'll probably use in a video. So I'm like, he just gets to be like, oh, I love this show, let's just sit and watch it. And I'm like, no, I got to have my phone out, I've got to be like thinking like proper about it, writing it down, because I know if I don't, when I come back to make a video about it, I'm going to be like, what does this even mean? Like, hardly any of this is here. What is this episode even about? So that kind of does ruin it a little bit. I think watching new shows or shows that I know I want to write stuff about, because yeah, like Pretty Little Liars, seen it 100 times, like I don't need to rewatch it to make videos about it. But then yeah, like something like Dexter or kind of anything that's newer, I'm like, can't, like One Tree Hill, like the poor people that love the One Tree Hill videos, because I did season 1 for like the kind of 20-year anniversary of when it first aired, so that's 2023, and then it took a whole year for me to do the season 2 one. So last year, oh no, maybe even the year before now. Oh, I don't know. Anyway, I think it was like 2024 and 2025. And I still haven't done the season 3 one. And I was literally said in my season 2 video, I was like, so it's been, I think 9 months since I did the first one. I was like, so crazy that someone could have had a baby in the time. And then somebody commented and they were like, I did.
No.
She was literally like, I was pregnant when I watched the first one. And now I'm sitting here like with my baby watching the second one. Like, she's like, that's how long it's been.
Really cute, actually.
Yeah. So cute. So now that baby will be 1 when season 3 comes out eventually. But it's just because I'm like, I love the show so much. I'm like, I can't believe I haven't watched it in over a year because I love it. But if I've got to block out 24 hours within a week or however long to sit down, watch it, enjoy it, but also write notes about it, take those notes, put them into a more like cohesive script to talk about, and then those videos are like 3-4 hours long, so I'm like filming for 8 hours, probably longer, and then editing is usually, people say like at least double the actual like content that you have. So if it's like filmed for 8 hours, I'm at least editing for 16, probably more than that. So it's like, they're big old videos.
Big commitments.
So it's, yeah, sometimes it does ruin it a little bit. Because it is like, it sounds so silly, but it's like watching TV is like work.
Yeah, maybe it is.
And you're watching it in a different way to a general audience watching it as well. The fact you're watching it and thinking through every brand that's in an episode, every piece of clothing. That was such a long one as well, because I literally had to go through. So I've like found them all, but then I had to go through and also watch the episode to see them. Yeah. So then screenshot them or screen record them to then show them in the video. So that took so long to edit that one. So I was like, this is fun, but it's long. But I'm like, it's like the absolute dream job, 100%.
Well, I think that's the thing with living the dream, of that now we can see the actual work it takes. It obviously was your dream to do this as a career, but now it's your everyday work and your job. How has that changed it for you?
I think it's one of those where I always thought that it wouldn't, and everyone always thinks that it won't. And you're like, well, this is something I always wanted to do, and it is, and it's so fun, and I love it, and like.
And you're amazing at it. We have to say.
Yeah.
You are amazing at it.
But then, and like, you know, responding to comments, and like that is like the best thing is when a video, you know, people watch it and they comment and they want to talk about it, and you know, all that kind of stuff. Like that's the best thing ever. You get that like. That feeling of community there, which I love about YouTube, which you don't really get with like other social media platforms. So that is so fun, and I do still enjoy it. There's no points where I'm like, oh, I kind of wish I hadn't done this, or I wish I had a normal job. Yeah.
Yes.
So it's like 100% a dream job, but in that it is also a job. So it also is, you know, if I don't post a video, or you know, videos aren't, if it's like a month where all of them kind of had lower views, then it's like, you know, bit squeaky bum time on the old you know, payment thing. So that is the only thing. Is it sucks that it kind of becomes about money, but it also kind of does.
It has to.
Yeah, you kind of can't separate them to a point. So then it sometimes is a little stressful where it's like, oh, you know, I'm excited to make this video and I really want to make it, but
Mama's gotta eat, I gotta make it.
This is what I mean. That's the thing. It's like it is tricky because I'm like, I mean, I said to Ryan I was up when the last episode of Living the Dream came out at 6 a.m. because I had been sat there editing that whole time, because I was like, I need to get it up like before the deadline, or before, you know, because the cutoff is like how the YouTube kind of AdSense works, is it's from the first of the month to the last day of the month, and it's any views you get within that time. So so like for January, 31st was the cutoff, and then I'll get what I earned in like February. So I'm like, if I know that's going to be a low month, then the kind of like effort that I'm putting in, or if I've got a video, is the difference between me posting it and potentially getting, you know, slightly more money for February, or if I post it on, you know, the 1st, then I'm not seeing that money till March. So it is like,
it's not just posting it and see what happens. So you've got to actually think it.
Yeah,
through,
you have to like think it through of
everything.
like which day of the week and the time that you're posting it, and you know, then also posting stuff to kind of promote it as well, like on TikTok or Instagram. And yeah, and also you have to kind of trust the process a bit, because not everyone's going to watch it on the day that you post it, and things kind of like garner like views over time. So that is also nice, because the backlog takes off a little bit of pressure, because I could not post a video for a month and I'm not going to get nothing for that, because people are still watching the old ones. But it's a big spike when you post a new one, because everyone's kind of like swarming to that, and my videos are longer as well, which helps with that, because obviously the longer the video, the more ads. But I just can't not make a video that's shorter than like 40 minutes. I don't know what's wrong.
Just can't do it.
Do you know what I mean? I'm like, we did a 3-hour interview. I just have so much to say.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, yeah, I've got video. I think the longest one on my channel is, I think it's maybe like 9 hours or like 11 hours. Like full on, like we're talking like feature film length, like videos that I'm sitting down to do. And it's like, if I want to do one of those a week, that's big, you know, hours that I've got to put in. So I think that's, yeah, it's like the main difference is, I don't think it makes me enjoy it any less, but it definitely changes how I think about it, how I plan around it. Like I kind of, and in that you don't get, I mean, like I don't want that like restricted schedule, because I love that I can be like, oh, you know, he's, you know, Matt's gonna take his lunch break because he has a proper job, at like, you know, 12 till 1, or he's gonna take it at like 1 till 2, and it's like, I'll just do the same thing, like that's fine. Or he'll be like, you know, should we do this? And I'm like, well, that's fine, because then I'll work on Saturday instead of Thursday or whenever. So I love that, and that, you know, kind of get up whenever you want, like stop whenever you want. But it's kind of a double-edged sword in that same way of, you know, when I did retail, I showed up at 9, did my job, left, locked the doors at 5.
Didn't think a thought.
Exactly.
Yes.
And then when you get home, that's it. It's over. So you don't have to think about it till you go back. Whereas this is, you get almost like a level of, it's hard to not get like a level of guilt for just not
Taking
doing
time
anything.
off. Yeah.
Because you're like, any free time that I have is never really free time. Like, it doesn't feel like free time. And if I'm, you know, in the evenings, like sometimes I'll go till like Matt finishes at 4, shuts his laptop, that's it. And I'm like, well, I could, you know, I'll do it till 5, or I could do it till 6 or 7, 8, 9, 10, because no one's saying that's it, that's the end of the workday. It's just however much effort I want to put in is what I'm going to get out of it. So that is hard as well, to kind of find that balance between, it's okay to just enjoy your evening, but sometimes I sit there and I'm like, I could be filming, I could be editing, I could be scripting something else that then will, you know, feed into that. So it's tricky.
As well, like, so I work a retail job, 9 to 5, Monday to Friday. You know, I get paid sick days and holidays. So that,
Must
whereas,
be nice.
yeah, exactly. Yours, like, even though you are working every single day in a set
Self-employed
hours,
bitch.
you're still self-employed. But for you, if you have a day where you are just like ill and you're like, I can't film anything, I can't edit it, that's a whole day where nothing's being done. And you're also not getting anything from it.
And you want to go on holiday.
You've got to have things ready.
You've got to have the days off, the holiday you've got to pay for, and you've got to pay for the actual holiday.
You're like self-employed.
But at the same time, someone's like, do you want to go on holiday? You're like, yeah, I can take off whenever I want. I just don't get paid for it.
Yeah, exactly. That is the thing. It's like, I went, bless her heart, like, Miranda's like my favourite person, but I was supposed to go and see her in London, and I was like, oh, yeah, like, we've had it planned, it's fine. And then just after Christmas, and then her and her flatmate were both sick. And she was like, but it's fine, like, you still come over, like, it's just like a cold, it's whatever. I'm like sat there in Euston, and I'm like, oh man. So I was like, I tell you, I have the immune system of, like, I don't even know, like someone from the Middle Ages or something, because it's atrocious.
Okay, I was like, I still wasn't sure if it was good or bad. I was like, I don't know history that well. Are they okay?
I don't really know anything about the Middle Ages, to be honest.
They're all really
modern
healthy.
medicine.
They're all really healthy in the Middle Ages. No one died.
Like, I don't know. Yeah, but basically, my immune system is in the shitter. So, like, Matt will get cold. He'll be like a day, 2 days. He's done. Like, that'll take me out for 2 weeks. So I'd already been ill twice before Christmas. And I was like, for God's sake, like I was like, it was, you know, and like you said, if I have, you know, a headache or whatever, and I don't, it's like staring at a screen all day as well.
Yeah.
So
or talking.
you just, exactly. Yeah. So if I've got cold, it's going to sound terrible. Like, I literally can't sit there and do it because it's going to sound awful, even if I, like, feel up to it. And then, so I was like, man, I was already sick twice, like, before Christmas. And because of that, didn't get to do as many videos as I wanted to do at Christmas. And I was just sitting there in Euston, and I was like, and because I know this about myself, I'm like, if I go to this apartment, I'm going to get sick.
Getting it.
Yeah.
And I literally was messaging her, and I was like, I just don't know if I can afford to be sick again. I was like, anyway, I went.
Screw it.
Yeah, I went because I was like, oh my gosh, I haven't seen her in so long. I was like, I miss her, I'm going to go see her.
And drum roll, did you get ill?
Yeah, I did.
You know yourself
Had a
too
cold
well.
that literally took me up for 2 weeks. So that was great. Yeah. But yeah, it was fine. I actually did, I don't know if she posted on Instagram, but I went there and we designed a calendar. And that was so fun. So I still got to kind of exercise that creative bone, because I took all the pictures. I then edited them all, like, and oh my God, they looked so good. I'll have to, like, show them to you because it looked so good. But I was also like, this is nothing for me. I mean, I loved it. I've got it up in my house, but I didn't get paid to do it.
Send them an invoice.
Yeah. So I'm like, and now I have a cold and haven't filmed for 2 weeks. So that's great.
Like, when you're doing, I mean, I don't really know, like, other creative stuff that you do, but is there stuff that you feel like you want to do, but you know that stuff's not going on YouTube, that's not going to make you any money?
Yeah, that is hard. I feel like it was a lot in the the like past 2 years now, maybe 2 years in March, that I've been working on my book, because it wasn't like a kind of, I don't know, everyone has different publishing deals and whatever, but I think a lot of people often think, as you see in movies, it's like, oh, you got your advance for your next book, or, you know, whatever. There wasn't any of that, because that just wasn't how they did their contract. So for the past like 2 years while I was working on that, I wasn't getting paid for any of it. And you can kind of see on my channel, so obviously now I've like finished it, I now have the time to do YouTube, which is why I'm able to like post every week and do the longer videos, and I've started doing the Patreon and everything because I just have the time. Whereas you can kind of see, I think there was like a period of time where I didn't post for maybe like 3 months, I think, or something, which like that was rough. But that was like, lucky that was at the time when I still had my normal job, so that kind of worked out. But that was tough, and like coming back from that was also tough, because YouTube is very, it likes to know that you like it.
Rewards consistency. Yeah.
So if you haven't posted for 3 months, it's not going to push your video out to people, because it's like, you're not serious about this, you're not making us any money, therefore, you know, this isn't worth it to us. Exactly, yeah. So that was also hard, was like, I knew that I wasn't posting videos, so I wasn't getting, you know, more subscribers at a rate that I could be if I was posting new content. I wasn't getting the same levels of money that I would be, because it was all just my old videos that people were watching. And so that was really hard, because I was like, I'm doing something that I'm really passionate about, I really want to do. I also know that when the time comes, the audience will also be excited about it, because I, you know, said about it, and people like still message me, like, even though it's been 2 years, and like, I'm so excited for your book and everything. But it then in turn meant a real lull in being able to put that effort into YouTube, the money side of it and all of that, and kind of coming back from that was tricky to kind of build that back up again. And I feel like I'm getting there more now, because I've been like posting more consistently since then. But yeah, that was really hard, because I was like, this is a creative thing. I love it. I'm really excited about it. But it's tough at the same time. So luckily I had my other job then, but I just don't think now I would be able to dedicate that kind of time, because I was doing the same things. I was like staying up till like 3 a.m, like writing, rewriting, editing, I took all the photos for it, and because I couldn't use any copyright pictures, so I couldn't use any pictures from the show. So I made like Barbies of the girls instead, and like set them up and edited all of them, edited the backgrounds, like all of that stuff to make it look like the scenes from the show. And I was like, this is so fun. Like, I love this. Like, this is so me in my element. But I didn't get anything for it. And like, still now, like, you know.
And this is actually something we've spoke about, is Ryan's found it, I think, more difficult, because with writing, you don't have the like gratification of your creative outlet. Like, you've done something creative that you love, yes, but now where do I reap the rewards?
Yeah.
For me, I get it in the moment. It's instant. So I find it, you've now seen both sides, because obviously with YouTube you get to see that reaction, you get to see people loving and commenting, and that community. How was that with the book? And obviously it hasn't come out yet. We're eagerly awaiting.
Any day now, guys.
I cannot wait. How was that going from instant gratification to having to wait?
Yeah, it was really hard, and like, it was so like blessed, so sweet, because like people would message me, like I had people message me and be like, are you okay? Like,
leave me alone.
I'm writing a book, for God's sake.
Like, has something like happened, like, or something, because you haven't posted for so long. And I was just like, yeah, I like it like made me sad, because I'm kind of not like losing it, because like when I, you know, did start posting again, like they were all still there, and they're like, oh my gosh, like, you know,
because you built this
come
community.
Back. But I was like, I know it made me like sad that I was like, this is really what I wanted to do and what I set out to do. And, you know, it took a long time to kind of get monetized as well. Like, that takes a really long, like, that's a lot of effort you got to put in there. So I was like, right, like, that was the hurdle. And then I got over that, and I was like, now monetize so I can do this properly. And then, as an amazing of an opportunity as that was, it then kind of became a hurdle for the YouTube stuff again. And it felt like I had to kind of choose between the two, which I really hated, because I love making videos and I wanted to make them, but I was exhausted from doing that all day, and then also still trying to find time for myself within that. And then I was then like, any time that I was making videos, I felt guilty that I wasn't writing my book. And then every time that I was writing the book, I felt guilty that I wasn't making videos. And it was just like that kind of cycle. So it is, and it is hard to like prioritize, because obviously like you guys are doing the podcast and stuff, and it's so fun to do. And you're like, I love doing this. But you're also like, I maybe could be working on like a comedy something, or I could be writing, or I could be, you know, whatever it is. You're kind of like, it hurts when you're like, so like when you are like a creative person to have to pick and choose between your babies, you know.
And also worth noting, this was when you still had your day job.
Yes.
So all of this.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Like,
I had 3 jobs on the go at one
literally
time.
3 jobs. And then you're like, I would like to also maybe have a social life, like at least once a month.
Yeah.
So there's a lot
And maybe
going on
buy
there.
a house.
Yeah. Oh yeah, did that as well.
Sure.
Yeah. Feels like it might be of your own making after a certain point.
Yeah, that is, I literally, that's the thing, is like, I know that so much. And it's always the pressure that I put on myself. Like, I don't know if you guys feel, I think, like, because it's, you know, once a week and you guys just like get to chat to each other, maybe there's not that like level of pressure yet. But like, or you still feel it.
I will say I'm maybe a little bit of a perfectionist. Or
Yeah.
in a way you might not see.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, is that is what is like is not hard, but is what is so great when people do comment and they do say things. It's like if someone says, oh, I really loved how you edited this, I'm like, oh my god. Like, or that, like, you know, this was such a fun idea, like I really love this idea. Like when it's like about the more of the process, because, you know, people only notice the editing if it's bad, or people, you know, like if you watch a video and you just enjoy it, it's because the person made it well.
Yeah.
Like, and that is the thing, is like, even like I'll do like titles sometimes, like for my videos, like I'll do a little intro and then I'll just have like a little like, Canva is that bitch, like you would have to pry that from my cold dead hands. I love her. And I go on there and I do a little title, and it's just like typing out the title, and it have like little pictures that are to do with it, and it's on the screen for 3 seconds. That'll take me an hour, because I'm like, this is so cute and I want to make it look cute and I want that. And I know that people appreciate it, but they don't, I guess, like realize the time that it takes. Yeah. So it's like hard when you do all the behind the scenes stuff and you are like that perfectionist thing, you want it to look good. You're like, it's like Matt said to me, he's like, oh, what do you feel about maybe getting an editor or something? Firstly, incredibly expensive, which as it should be, because I do it and I know that.
Yeah, I feel that.
And you know what I mean? I'm like, if I was going to pay someone to, if someone's going to pay me to do this, like I would want to be paid fairly for it, and I would want to do that for someone else, and I'm not at that point. But I'm also like, I don't even know if I could do that. I'm like, it would be so helpful and it would be amazing. I would just film, send it to them. They would do it. It would save me so many hours. But I just don't know if I can let go.
No.
I actually just don't know if I can let go. So yeah, I do. I feel that like perfectionism thing.
Do you think that's a future dream? To be, or do you just love where you're at, where you can edit and you can film your own stuff?
I think that is the thing, is I still enjoy editing, and when I have an idea of how I want it to look, and I'm able to like pull that off, I feel like such a great feeling from it when to be fair, I never watch them back. I edit them because it takes so long. Like, do you know what I mean?
You haven't got 20 hours.
Do you know what I mean? I'm like sitting there.
To watch yourself.
I've sat for 20 hours and edited it. Like, I can't go through and watch the 3-hour video again just to watch it. Yeah. So I'm like, I hope I didn't miss anything. And so that's just what Miranda's grateful, because sometimes she'll message me and she'll be like, did you mean to leave this in? It's like, this whole point, like, repeats itself. And then I'm like, oh, thanks. So I go in and like,
Yes, I did mean it, actually.
crop it out. But yeah, so that's like, yeah, I do still love it. So I'm like, I don't know how I would feel. And also, it's funny because like other YouTubers that I watch, I can tell when they've got an editor, and like they're not editing their videos anymore, because I can. And also, like, I don't know, I don't watch South Shady, but like usually it's like it is like, it's not an editor that you really like find or something. A lot of them are like companies that you can outsource to, and it's like I'll watch them and I'll be like, that's misspelled, or I'll be like, they meant to put an image in there and they didn't, or like, you know, whatever, and they all kind of feel the same because they are edited in the same way. And I think I'm like, I really love that because I do them. it is all me.
Somebody watching can tell that you're doing every single part of it.
So as much as I'm like, oh, that would save me so much time, like that would be so amazing, I'm also like,
can't let go. Thank you so much for listening, and if you'd like to hear some more, then why not head over to our Spotify or Apple Podcasts.
Yes, and you can hear an extended version of this episode with Lauren with some even more interesting insights into her world. Thank you so much for listening and watching wherever you listen or watch our podcast.
Thank you so much for Lauren for being our first guest, and who knows who our next one will be.
It could be you. We'll see you next time.
Stay living the dream.
Bye.
Bye.